Tales and Scales, The Empty Throne. Chapter 1, The Eager Student. Vessel Silvus, a 24-year-old silver-scaled raptor with light blue stripes sits at his brown wooden desk, reading a textbook in order to prepare for a final exam. With his big blue serpent-like eyes, he reads through the topic about the mystery of ancient colossal trees called the Wellsprings. As a student of monastery, an organization dedicated to teaching mistcraft, he is expected to learn, practice, and study the art. Lucky for him, he enjoys it greatly due to the fact that he has always loved to read since he was very young. He reads the chapter with a confident smile on his long snout. He is so confident, his long tail lies calmly on a clean carpet. Silvus reads the book with candle wall lights off, thanks to the sunlight that shines through a glass window, giving his bedroom light. Finishing a page, he lifts his left claw, covered in a leather glove, to turn the next page until he gets interrupted by a knocking sound from his door. In annoyance, he makes a soft groan, showing his sharp teeth, and at the same time uses his uncovered claw to brush back his short, dark blue mane. He turns around to face the door and shouts, "Come in!" The door opens to reveal a younger male with teal scale color wearing his blue-colored nobility scarf. His name is Vessel Ico, Silvus's younger first cousin, who is looking at him with his brown serpent eyes filled with enthusiasm. Ico drops his smile at the sight of his cousin still studying. He puts on a disappointed face and at the same time crosses his claws. "Are you seriously still studying? It's almost been at least an entire month," he complains with a huff. "I'm sorry, Ico, but this is literally my final exam, and this exam is going to determine whether or not I become an official miscaster." Silvus tries to explain how important his exam is. It is true that he has been studying for the past 3 months, since his professor back at monastery announced it. Ico makes an annoyed eye roll, not looking amused, followed by a smirk on his snout. "Oh really? I thought you wanted to be a miscaster in order to qualify to become the next Beta Lord," Ico mockingly retorts, scratching the messy yet trim dark blue mane on his head. "Haha, very funny. True. But when I become the next Beta Lord, I can use my mist powers in order to help the Betadom as much as I can. Perhaps even the kingdom." Silvus gets up from his desk with utmost enthusiasm to run up to a big bookshelf on the wall, filled with books, to take out a particular black-colored book with a silver symbol of the kingdom of Avalonia, one of the 3 Raptor kingdoms of the continent of Cretatia, on the front cover. He taps the book with his ungloved claw with glee to explain. "Perhaps maybe I could be as good as the great hero Ultimar Magnus, the first Alpha King of Avalonia, who led an army to defeat the evil Necros and his minions." Ico's only response is to lean against the wall, getting smug. "I could imagine you being the best Baylord in the world." "How so?" Silvus asks him, with a brow raised, knowing what his younger cousin is going to say. "Because you will be too stuck with your books and performing miscraft instead of doing your duties," Ico laughs, wanting to mess with him. Silvus starts to get a bit annoyed, making a soft growl at Ico's hatching-like remarks. He always questions how an immature brat like him even passed any grades at monastery at all. He is a 7th year. Ico further laughs. Then he starts to slowly make a saddening expression, making Silvus worry. "I'm sorry, man. Life has not been the same since my older sister Sulfi went off and married the Beta Lord of Tricia." Ico looks back up at Silvus. "I came here hoping that you will be done studying so we could do something fun like old times." Ico moans about the time when Sulfi, Silvus's other cousin, was around. Growing up without any siblings, Silvus considered his 2 cousins as such. With Sulfi now living in Tricia, it is only him and Ico. Silvus walks up to Ico, putting a free claw on his shoulder in comfort. "Listen, when I become Beta Lord of Magalo, I promise I won't let that change me. And besides, I'm going to make you my steward, Silvus tells him, hoping to shed some light. Ico's expression softens a bit, moving his gaze towards Silvus. I hope that's true, and as your future steward, I'll make sure you don't end up like them snobby ones. Ico jumps up back on his feet in laughter, earning a nudge from Silvus, who turns around to return the book he took out. Ico's eyes widen with a gasp, because he suddenly remembers why he came. Oh yeah, your mom sent me here to collect you for dinner. Silvus stops in his tracks, looking freaked out, making Ico laugh once again as he starts to walk toward the door. Guess I'll wait for you outside. With that, he leaves and closes the door. Not that he does not like to have dinner, but Silvus really does not like being interrupted for anything. With a disappointed breath, he looks at the book he is holding. Distracted in thought, he remembers another great hero. So he walks up to a window to see a bright sunny day outside the courtyard. In the center of the courtyard, filled with flowers, is a large statue of a raptor wearing robes, holding a staff. Silvus gazes at the bronze plaque that reads, Vessel Ico, founder and first Beta Lord of Magalo. Silvus looks at the statue of Ico with lots of admiration. He remembers from the old story that Ico was one of the mighty four companions of Magnus who aided in the founding of Third Avalonia. As Silvus admires the statue, he thinks about what he could do if he becomes a great miscaster. Aside from being a great Beta Lord, a part of him wishes he can go at least one adventure, discover more about the kingdom, save the innocent, rescue a damsel in distress. Or the biggest dream that all young Raptors dream about is being a hero just like Magnus and his ancestor Ico. Since he is first Delta, it is expected for him to succeed his mother, the current Beta Lady, to be the next Beta Lord, making him sigh in disappointment. Silvus, hurry up! We can't keep Dad and Auntie Silvera waiting, Ico calls out from the closed door, snapping Silvus back to reality. Hold on, he shouts. He shouts back, putting the book away, and rushes to his wardrobe to open it up. In the wardrobe are robes and fancy scarves that nobles of the kingdom wear. In the center is a big mirror, on top of a dresser, in the middle. He opens the first drawer, filled with a collection of left claw gloves made out of crocodile skin. Silvus raises his left glove, gazing at it for a moment. Well, here goes nothing, he thinks as he uses his right claw and slowly takes off his left glove, making him wince in pain. He takes off his glove to reveal that his left claw is burned. He throws the glove that he took off into a basket filled with dirty gloves and reaches into the second drawer to take out a clean glove to put it on. Putting the new glove on slowly makes him wince into even more pain. As soon as he puts on his glove, he walks out of his bedroom, wearing his own blue nobility scarf, to see Ico leaning back on the stone wall, waiting for him. About time you showed up. I almost thought you went back to your books. Silvus chuckles at Ico's comment, and the two cousins begin to walk along the stone hallway filled with portraits and armored mannequins. As the duo trot along the candlelit hall, out of the blue, Ico asks Silvus a question, looking uneasy. Hey cousin, you notice Dad and Auntie have been talking about the rumors lately? What sort of rumors? Silvus asks him, without turning his head. Ico stops in his tracks, looking at his cousin as if he's been sleeping under a rock, and shrieks, Are you serious? Not that he hasn't been paying attention. Silvus knows that Alpha King Ultimar Solter died without an heir, before he was born. He remembers reading some articles from the Nosy Locust about various instances ever since he got into reading at the age of 8. Is it another riot against the Mystatorium? Silvus asks. That's very common, but nope. Ico squints his eyes, expecting Silvus to know what he's talking about. More bandit attacks? Part of it, but no. Then what is it? Silvus stops right in front of the wooden door, facing Ico. In response, Ico snout palms in annoyance. Damn, Silvus, you were so glued to your studying, you missed the fact that bandit attacks have suddenly stopped in Manchester. Isn't that a good thing? Silvus asks, placing his claw on the doorknob. Well, cousin, from the way every raptor is taking it, Ico shrugs, it kind of sounds more like a conspiracy theory to them. So I guess we should just head to dinner and find out. Silvus opens the door, allowing the two cousins to go through and have dinner, hoping to take their minds off the kingdom's issues. End of chapter 1.